Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So a few days ago, I got a text from Jackson of Plantriotic on YouTube, and he wanted to let us know that there was this new YouTube episode, an hour-and-a-half long anti-vegan podcast, just bashing veganism the whole time. But in particular, these two spent a few minutes making up lies and just complete nonsense about me and Angie. And I'm not going to refer to their names or give you their channel names. I don't want to reward liars here. But the reason why I'm making this episode is to show you what extreme lengths that anti-vegans will go. Extreme lengths meaning lies and making just nonsense up to further the anti-vegan cause.
I really want to study like Happy Healthy Vegan because Ryan specifically, I don't think Angie's doing too well. You don't see her in too many videos anymore. It seems like she's not very active. Like she's not very stoked on the whole thing.
Well, that's got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard before. And it just shows that he's just making stuff up, doesn't really follow our content, or else he'd know. If he looked here, like say, look at our last 15 videos. I see Angie's face and how many thumbnails here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And notice the videos that she's not in are typically the ones like this video I'm making right here, where I respond to anti-vegans. This is not the kinds of videos that she prefers doing. That's more my wheelhouse. Angie, on the other hand, for this video on Natural Products Expo West, she spent over 3 days filming it, walked over 10 miles, spoke to over 30 plus vegan vendors, and spent about a week organizing and editing all the footage to produce this nice video about Natural Products Expo West. Talk about being stoked and active. Furthermore, I'm sure this guy has absolutely no clue that Angie single-handedly runs our Instagram and Facebook pages. On IG alone, she has almost 4,200 posts, makes individual photo posts daily as well as stories, and does all the photography herself. Furthermore, as many of you might be aware of, we're completely sold out of Angie's book, Keep It Carb Baby, while she spent the past 7 days organizing and prepping the second edition for press. And simultaneously, she is working on her next upcoming cookbook.
They make money basically calling out ex-vegans and meat stuff with studies. You know, the studies they think are good, but are probably actually not very good. When you have somebody like Bart K come through and just shred it to pieces.
All right, so I think I'm starting to see it now. So when a vegan presents science, those are the bad studies, as he calls them. But when a non-vegan and anti-vegan, like say Chris Kresser, presents studies on his website or refers to them in debates, those are good. However, as I've shown, many of the studies that Chris refers to are funded by the meat, dairy, or egg industries. But that's okay, huh? It supports your cause. And, let's talk about actual studies here. Look at like in the back of Proteinaholic by Garth Davis, vegan medical doctor. He has literally hundreds upon hundreds of studies, peer-reviewed studies, non-industry funded studies showing the healthfulness of vegan diets. So, but you're saying that these are bad studies. This is bad science, even though these studies are not put out by vegan researchers. Furthermore, the proof's in the pudding, the vegan pudding, that is. Let's have Bart or anyone refute this photograph here. A whole food plant-based diet, specifically a high-carb, low-fat, no-oil vegan diet, has been the only diet in the world shown to actually reverse coronary heart disease, as this photograph and others reveal.
Long-term vegans are supplementing, generally not athletic, so they have no athletic performance. They're asking very little of their body. They're just kind of existing. And yes, if you don't put any stress on your body, you're going to be able to last a lot longer.
Okay, he's just completely pulling crap out of his butt right now, just making stuff up. Do you have any science, any statistics of any sort whatsoever to back up what you're asserting here about vegans, how we're not athletic, especially long-term vegans? We're just sitting around trying to preserve our bodies from wasting away. There's plenty of long-term vegan athletes that do crazy endurance sports, like, say, Rich Roll, Scott Jurek, and even myself on a much more humble level when I was running at my peak in 2016, 2017. Doing about 8 hours a week.
About Happy Healthy Vegan, Ryan, those people, I cannot take them seriously. And the reason is that they became vegan very, very late in life. Ryan is over 50, right? He's 55, 56. I don't know how old he is now.
Sort of close, but if you really watch our content, you'd know I'm 51.
And he's been vegan for, if I'm not mistaken, let's say 7 years. Let it be 8. It doesn't matter.
Hey, good job. You finally got one thing pretty accurate here. I've been vegan for 8.5 years now.
He went vegan after he's been 40 years and longer on a meat-based diet.
Again, if you'd really been a viewer of our show, you would know that I was never on anything resembling a meat-based diet. In fact, Angie and I discussed this very point on a recent episode of Why We're Still Vegan. I've talked about this many times on my live stream. I flirted with going vegetarian in the early 1990s. Unfortunately, I was living at home. I didn't have control of my cooking and meals, so it lasted a few months. But once you and I started dating, you're vegetarian.
Already vegetarian, yeah.
Yeah, that was in 1999, 2000. By virtue of living with her, I was not really eating much of any in the house in the way of meat.
His stores are full, and they're depleting slowly.
Nope, once again, just making crap up like he's been doing this entire video. If you'd really been following our story, you'd know that I was living with Angie in 1999. She was doing all the cooking, so I was essentially a vegetarian for over a decade before I went vegan in 2010.
So therefore, he's just surviving, basically.
Oh, really?
You can already see that he is degenerated. You can see that his muscle tone is completely degraded.
So I've degenerated. My muscle tone has completely degraded. Again, just more complete nonsense. I mean, let me show you a picture from 2013, the year that we started our channel, when I was more into running, and I have pretty much absolutely no muscle tone. So this is his point of comparison. I should be even less muscular than this photo from 2013. But the fact of the matter is, right now, I have more muscle on my body than I have at any point ever in my 51 years of living on this earth. As this photo shows here from the gym, I took this just like 5-6 days ago after a workout. And let's compare the two photos, 2013, 2019. Yeah.
You can already see that he is degenerated. You can see that his muscle tone is completely degraded. You can see that he has no athletic performance whatsoever.
No athletic performance whatsoever. What in the hell are you talking about, bro? Here's another photo I shot that very same day at the gym. Yeah, no athletic performance whatsoever from this 51-year-old. And here's another one from 3 days prior to that photo. There's just no winning with these anti-vegan haters. They don't care. They'll just make up stuff if they can't find anything actual or real to complain about. I mean, if they'd watch any of my past training videos, they know I've been working on plyometrics and strength training to improve my athleticism. Or are they talking about my running past? I mean, I got 3rd place in a half marathon, but
you can see that he has no athletic performance whatsoever. The depletion takes a couple of years. Let's see what's going to happen in 3 years, 4 years.
Again, I'd love to see some science to back this up, because the American Dietetics Association completely disagrees with you and says that vegan diets are healthful and appropriate for people in all phases of life, including athletes. So this inevitable depletion that he says is going to happen to me, well, I'm still waiting, bro. Like I said, been vegan for 8.5 years and essentially a vegetarian for a decade prior to that. So this depletion, this non-scientific depletion that you assert exists for all vegans, it's just bull crap. And this whole video, like I said, I could do a whole debunking of their entire video, because it's just an hour and a half of these two guys just going off, making up crap, and just flat out lying like I showed here. The only thing they got right was when he took a guess as to how long I was vegan. Pretty sad. So anyway, leave your questions and comments down below. Share with me what was your most outrageous 100% falsehood that they uttered in what I showed you here, or if you happen to see their entire video, let me know down there. So until next time, guys, remember, it doesn't suck being vegan. It really doesn't.
Changing your mind again. You've got me spinning circles, spinning round and round, spinning till I'm dizzy, falling to the ground. You've got me spinning circles, round and